Hello everyone, it's me, Bofeeling, and welcome back to another video. Now, in this episode of Bofeeling's Adventures, I'm going to be going over the time that someone stole my sword and attempted to steal my gun again. Mind it, I never got that original gun back, I just replaced it, but I never got the sword back either, and it was honestly getting a bit annoying at this point, and I think when the first person stole my gun and got away with it, everyone thought it would be easier to pick on the so-called amazing captain. But I think I proved them wrong this time. So let's get into it. So I was at the same little tavern, bar, whatever you want to call it, saloon, as when the person stole my pistol, and same setup, same all that. Well, you'd think after that I'd be more careful. No, I was not. I was chatting with me crew about our next mission somewhere, about seeing what did they want to do. And someone came up. He stole my sword. He picked it up, just ran away. Well, I got up to get out, and someone put their hand across, grabbed my pistol, and stopped. Hey, stop right there, mate. You seem like you can't even keep a hold of your sword, let alone your pistol again. Well, by this time, he was pointing it straight at me, intending to stop me. But he just made me mad. I mean, I wasn't gonna have my pistol and my sword stolen, because that had already happened, and I was making quite a fool of myself. So, first off, all I did was I just stared at him with a blank face. He was beginning to get a bit confused after a few minutes, but when he was confused, he started to lose focus. He was like, what are you doing? He then started looking around me as I just stood still. When, in an instant, I just turned around, grabbed him by the neck, threw him into the wall, taking my pistol back, and I shot him in the arm. Well, that'll prevent him from taking my pistol. Still had to go after that sword, but by this time, all of his buddies were mad at me. Well, crew was asking if I wanted help, but I said, no, I don't need help, I can take these little snats. Probably a bit of a foolish idea, but it did end up working out. I had probably 5 guys on me. They all wanted to fight for shooting their buddy in the arm, which he deserved, trying to stick up for the man who stole my sword and stealing my pistol in the process. Well, they would meet a similar fate as their friend, who, mind it, never actually died. But, they came after me. One swung his arm at me and I kicked him right in the face, sending him sprawling. Mind it that I was in fairly good shape by this time and can jump and kick, punch, pretty much anything with rather high jumping and hard hitting power. I sent him sprawling, and by this time 3 of them came at me at once. I nailed one under the jaw, and then I hit the other one on the side of the head. Now the other one had hit me on the face, but that just made me even more mad. So by this time I just picked him up by the neck once again, swung him around, which ended up breaking his neck. Luckily he survived. For him, I honestly would not mind of killing him, seeing as they caused me a lot of trouble. Swung him around, hitting all his friends again, and the last one just ran off. What a coward. So by this time, the one man was out of the fight, and now they were just, like, 2 or 3, I believe there were 5 originally, so let's see. 1 is down, 1 ran away. So I guess one more was standing by as the other 2 were getting whacked in the face. He came up behind me, and he had his knife out. He was mad at this. Well, luckily for my crew, because of them, they warned me. I turned around and just looked him in the face. The other 2 were winded down on their bums, because, well, I think anyone would be after getting slapped by the boots of your fellow crewman, I guess. Well, the person with the knife, I just stood staring at him. And just stared and stared and stared. He stared back. But as soon as he blinked, I went up, kicked him in the stomach, punched him in the chin, took out a few of his teeth, shoved him against the wall, and got that knife, pinned him in the arm again. Seems to be a recurring thing of me pinning people in the arms with knives and guns, but by this time the other two were up and wanting for a final fight. They got their knives out, but I mean, they thought I didn't have a sword. I would not be foolish enough to not bring a knife of my own. So I threw the one knife into the leg of the other guy, downing him. And the other guy, by this time, had just had enough and ran away with the other one. The person who ran away the first time. Well, that was an intense fight. I severely injured a few people. But that's what they get for, first off, trying to steal my gun, then defending the person who stole my gun, who's defending the person who stole my sword. And I think I'd pretty quickly gain back my reputation. I just stared at the guy who had started it all with a pistol and said, "Don't think you can beat me. Just because I was unaware for both times does not mean I can put up a fight." And from that time on, I rarely had someone attempt or succeed to steal one of my things because, well, unless they were new and foolish, everyone knew the story of me nailing those 5 guys, and the 6th, and no one messed with me. And I believe that spoke fear into the pirates, which, right after that, were somewhat weaker and just focused on running away, because I'm guessing they did not want to be boarded, and even if I didn't have a sword, I'd cause them major casualties. So that's the story of the person who stole my sword. I've yet to get him, but I promised I will. Well, it seems I've died. Well, how unfortunate. I'll do the same thing that I do with the person who stole my first pistol, and I'll just get back at him or the relative. Anyways, everyone, that's it for today. What have we learned? Well, first off, you should generally be aware of your surroundings and people who are trying to steal your sword and guns. And second off, I think that if you've been... If your first guy aimed your own gun at you, and you were able to take him by the neck, throw him into the wall, and shoot him in the arm, I do think that his other 5 buddies should have thought, "Oh gosh, I should probably not do this," especially after getting whacked by their own crewmate's boots while he's being swung around by the neck. Generally not a good idea to attack someone that powerful. So that's what we learned, and that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Good day, goodbye, God bless.